Moving on. We got to move on. Davidson, Michigan. A Michigan man has been charged with murder after investigators concluded he spiked his wife bowl of cereal with heroin. The medical examiner initially classified Christina Ann Thompson, that's another Christina, Harris, 2014 death as an accidental overdose. But investigators now believe Jason Harris poisoned her at their home in Davidson, about 60 miles north of Detroit. Prosecutor David Lena says that the 36-year-old victim was an incredible loving mother. Friends were shocked to hear about an overdose and said she never used drugs. Layton says Jason Harris' siblings told police that he had talked about getting rid of his wife. Co-workers told investigators that Harris had been looking for a hitman. Harris appeared in court on Tuesday and was denied bond.
Wow.
But
key words, like they said, his family told on him. Siblings told police that he had talked about getting rid of his wife. Yeah.
He tried to take her on up out of there, didn't he?
Pretty much, but
he did. I'm so sorry.
Right. But the sad part about it is that she had 2 children. And the 2 children, and out of her 2 children, she has a 4-month-old daughter who's going to be raised without her mother.
Oh, man, that's
and
sad.
not know, she's going to, I'm pretty sure the family and stuff is going to tell her about her mom and things like that. But it's just, it's going to be super hard at 4 months, knowing that your father killed your mother and you lost that opportunity with your mom because of someone else selfish acts. It's sad. I think about the babies in this situation, the children, the overall family in this situation. And this is premeditated first murder, which was what he was charged with. It's crazy.
What had to be going through your mind? Say, okay, let me go and see what's going on in the morning. Forget it, man. I'm just about to go put some heroin in her cereal.
And I'm about to kill her. You had to really think hard about how you're going to plan this out.
Oh, they said we looking for a hitman.
Right. But, no matter how much, the love-hate that we have, it's not going to get it to the point to where I'm
Don't be a coward. Do it yourself.
Pretty much, but I'm just saying, I would never.
Somebody try to poison me?
Well, no, absolutely not. No,
I wouldn't die anyway.
Whatever.
I probably 9 out of 10. I'd have had poison before it lived and all kind of crap.
I'm pretty sure about somebody else. Anyway.
Wow.
But as far as what it comes down to it, any type of decisions or anything that I make, I always think about the pros, the cons, and the consequences, and then my children. And my children come first before anybody. If it got to the point to where I hated you that much to where I just got to get rid of you, I'm going to get rid of you as far as get out of my house, go about your life, we're over.
So I ain't going to jail for killing you. That's the last thing I'm going to jail for.
I'll be like, out. It's not worth it. It's not worth your children. It's not worth your life. It's not worth any of that. And apparently, it was more going on inside of the home for him to get to that point to where he no longer wanted to be in a relationship with her, or he just felt, it could be a number of things, because the news is only going to tell you but so much, and then you're going to only know but from what people tell you, because not everybody tells you what goes on behind closed doors, because it's not everybody's business.
Now, I ain't trying to be funny now. Y'all bear with me. I ain't trying to be funny, but you know what I'm saying? He was, 36? So, there was 2014, 36 now. So, if they was around the same age, they were about 32, 31? What's she doing eating cereal in the morning, man?
Whatever.
Or bring you cereal,
in the morning, too.
But, when they put the heroin in her cereal, and then, that one, this is an overdose, so, in cereal.
That's sad.
You poison your lady.
And she had 2 baby girls, and one again just at 4 months, so they just had a baby. And it said her mom told police her daughter's relationship with her husband was a rocky one. Jason Harris had been corresponding via emails and photos with other women before and after his wife's death. He also bought plane tickets to Providence, Rhode Island, to visit another woman 9 days after his wife died. So he was doing other things. They uncovered 5,000.
Oh, he was messing with a shorty, and they probably plotted to get rid of her. So
he had a total of 5,881 texts to that woman on his phone. They found. So yeah.
Man, you got tricked by another woman to get rid of your lady. How that happen?
That's sad.
That's real sad. Hey, you know, the relationship with if you have to get to that point, buck.
But what he said, he told the police, he said that he didn't want to get a divorce because he would have to pay alimony and child support and would have to fight for custody of his daughters. So instead, you want to kill your wife who received it, and he received $100,000 life insurance money a month after his wife died.
It makes sense now since you said all that.
Policy through because she worked at Subway. He received another $20,000 in life insurance money through his employer. So when his wife died, he had life insurance on her, and she had her own life insurance. So yeah.
Since you brought that story up, since you said that all at the end about alimony and child support, remember about 3.5 years ago, it was a white guy. I think he was in Pennsylvania. And he held out the police, and he was shooting at cars and stuff and say because he wanted them to kill him because it just got ruled that, you know, his wife get everything. He had to pay child support, and he didn't want to do it, and he was struggling and stuff like that. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see, now this one, I can speak from a man's perspective. When you go inside, you've been busting your behind. Now this, I'm not advocating that you got to kill your lady, but this is the mental stuff that, you know, nobody never talk about with men and the depression that you go through as a man. You got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you just met that woman out of the blue and y'all didn't have kids together. No, y'all shared affection and stuff like that. Now we got people telling that we don't even know, telling us that she could have this much, they could have this much. We can determine that for ourselves. I know some people can't. That's why they have mediation and et cetera, et cetera. But no one, they need to have, they got programs set up and everything else. Have programs set up for that, how to make people, you know, deal with them things like that. Transition will have to come up off that stuff like that. It's just the idea, but men actually do go through, you know, mental breakdown dealing with those situations. Everybody don't handle situations the same way. Clearly, because it's all white.
But again, this right here, he premeditated.
Yeah, he premeditated. I'm just saying
like, even
that last part.
Right, but like he even asked, he told a coworker one time that he put Xanax pills in his wife's drink, and after she tasted, she would stop drinking it. So he said, "Do you know any other pills that are tasteless? Or what can I do for this?" Like he's been plotting. He's going around acid, but he had multiple jobs where he was fired from because of a pattern of positive drug testing. So he was on drugs. He was doing different type of stuff, but again, he shouldn't be able, like, this whole, what he did, the way he went about it. Again, if you are no longer happy with your significant other, don't put yourself in a situation that's going to affect you, your family, and so on and so forth. Just get out. If you feel that it's no longer necessary or worth it, get out.
Like the movie. Get out.
That's it.
Wake up out that sunken place. Let me get my little spoon in my teacup. Yeah, he going to get what he deserved. Good luck, buddy. Should have did it later like that. But once again, people, we at the end of the road. You know what I'm saying? Like Boys to Men, ain't that the song? At the end of the road.
Yep.
At the end of the road.
Nope.
But we like to get into, you know, the questions on about marriage tips, relationship tips. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter, you know, young, old, middle age. You know what I'm saying? If we can be of some service, if we can help, you know what I'm saying? Yep. From our point of view, these just our opinions. So,
yeah, because we are not perfect, nor do we intend on trying to be. But these are just our opinions and our thoughts.
All right. First question of the night. Question number 1. What should be the earliest age of first marriage for men and women? The earliest age.
I mean, personally, I would say at least, again, it's my opinion, I mean, at least, you know, your legal age of, you know, being considered an adult is 18. But, you know, they are where your parents can sign on for you to get, you know, allowing you to be able to get married earlier than that. Again, I don't think that your mind is that mature enough at that point in time to be able to commit to that type of long-term style type of relationship.
You're speaking for a woman, right?
Right.
Okay.
And I just feel that at that age, like anything from, like, I'd say 18 and older.
I would use your opinion against you about the maturity. Now, you know what I'm saying? Because I have seen like some fairly young girls get married to older men. Some work out, some don't. I seen it vice versa. You know, I think it's all just based on the maturity level. You know what I'm saying? If you're mature enough, if you're responsible enough, if you've been raised well, you know what I'm saying? If you asked appropriately, you went through the right, channels. You went and talked to her dad, her father, if she had one, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. Showing that you're a responsible man and things like that. And you're ready. You got to be ready to get rid of all the girls and all that. For some people ain't, but some people start off like that. They start rough and they ease it out and it be gravy. But the earliest age for me, I'll say it ain't no age limit. It's whatever. It's all about your mind, where you at mentally. You know what I'm saying? You could be 40 and thinking like a 27-year-old, ain't never ready for marriage. You've been with a woman
that's
forever.
True, but still, I personally feel like.
But if I had to put an age on it, let me answer the question. I would say 21.
I can see that.
21. I'll say 21. Me, I was ready for it right out the gate. I've been ready. I've been ready to tie that knot, jump over that broom.
No, he wasn't.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, he wasn't.
But what I went through made me ready at any age. All right, you
in your family, what types of marriage are not approved of? Inter-ethnical, racial, interfaith, same-sex, or different nationalities? In my family, it's a mixed culture. We have mixes of Germans, Indians, blacks, white, Puerto Ricans. I'm there, you name it. We have everybody on my side of the family is on both sides of my family. Parents, paternal and maternal, are all mixed. And as far as like in my family, everybody's approved of pretty much everything. I do have people that are in my family who are LGBTQ and they are married. It's not, I'm not going to say it's not shunned upon or anything or not approved of or whatever. I mean, everybody has their own differences and their own, love doesn't see a color. Love doesn't see sex. Love doesn't see a nationality. Love doesn't see ethnicity, so on and so forth. So it is who you love, and, it's either your family will or won't accept it. You are the person that's going to have to spend the rest of your life with that person if you believe in those type of values as far as to love and to honor and to obey, for death do us part. And then you have some people who do it for show. You have some people who do it for fashion, etc. But as far as in my family, there's not any type of disagreements. As far as like not approved. Because like I said, you'll see very light skin. You'll see all the way white. You'll see super dark. Like everybody in my family, you'll see a shade of all type of colors in my family, and everyone is accepted. Everyone is who they are.
Well, you know what I'm about to say. It's only one exception. I can speak for the majority of black people out here. Come on, let's all say it together. What's the number one thing your mom tell you growing up, or your friend, you hear your friend mom say, or you hear your friend tell you that? Don't you bring home no white girl. That's what they tell you. That's what they tell you. Don't you ever? You ain't never heard them say, "Don't you bring home one of those chicas? Don't you bring home one of those African girls? Don't you bring home one?" It's always, "Don't you bring home no damn white girl." But I say now that's what they used to say. That's what you used to hear. I don't care what color she is. You know what I'm saying? Obviously.
Are you trying to reference that to me?
No, I'm just saying. What? Oh, you want me to renew my vows right here? I'll do it.
Do it.
That's for another day.
Yeah, okay.
But, nah, man, they don't care. Because I done seen my brothers or a lot of people that come in with all kind of girls and stuff like that. Nobody wants to say nothing. We don't care. You get to learn the person, to see who they are. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Especially not these time of days and stuff like that. But it's always that one exception is that I used to always hear. They always used to say, the white girl. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's something tricky, but she going to trick you, BB. She gonna trick you. She gonna trick you. Now, BB is baby boo. I say that a lot. You know, she gonna baby boy. It could be that, but other than that, no, it doesn't matter to me. because I didn't, I've dated all nationalities coming up in Orlando, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Panamanian, a German.
I'm your first German.
Black, of course.
Yeah.
White. No, I never dated a Caucasian woman. Never dated. I mean, I might have, other things might have transpired, but, like as far as dating, like, I only date, like all those ones, like Panamanian and all this, I had other, interaction with it, but like actually dated, only Black and German. Like I actually been like holding their hand, kissing them and stuff like that. Just Black and German, but whatever floats your boat and whatever that person brings out of you, and you know what I'm saying, they can make your light shine. Hey, do it, because
is love. I don't see any color. I don't see any nationality, ethnicity, etc., etc.
we got to cover the board. We got to cover it all around.
Don't care.
Boy
and boy, girl and girl, etc. If that's what you want, whatever floats your boat, you love it, I like it, etc. So.
Yeah, because those days over when you come in and walk, hey, mom, dad, I want you to meet my girlfriend. Now, you know that. Nah, them days over with. You know what I'm saying? You nervous to bring you know what I'm saying? That generation, they done faded away. Those elders done faded away.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to all my, elders that helped us along the way. You know what I'm saying, with this relationship thing. I had to, speaking from a man's perspective, I had to determine myself. My family's member used to tell me, oh, that girl ain't good for you. She no good. It don't matter who she is. She did, she dead. But how you gonna tell me? You ain't even with us all the time. You ain't even with us. You don't even know what me and her talk about at nighttime and that. Like, you don't even know what she been through. You just telling me to stay away from her.
Nobody liked me, but they love me now.
So the last question for the night, question number 3. How do you know you're ready for marriage? How do you know? Now that's different from the first question we asked. What's the earliest age for your first marriage? Like, because some people get married multiple times. But how do you know when you're ready for marriage?
So I would say you would know if you are with this person and you can see this person as being your significant other for long term. Not like, okay, oh my God, I'm so in love with him, but you know that he's not good for you, and you know that this person is not going to be, you can't see yourself with this person forever. Why would you waste your time? As far as being, again, that's why I feel like when you're ready for marriage, if you don't feel like that person that you're with is marriage material, why waste your time? Don't play the wifey role and do wifely duties to a man that you are not going to be married to. And the same for a man. Don't play husband duties for a woman that you don't see yourself being with forever. Don't waste each other's time. If you feel that y'all are not you don't see yourself long term with this person, why would you want to waste each other's time and just date and pretty much fornicate and do all that stuff and shacking up if you don't feel that, okay, well, I see myself as with this person forever? Because again, common law marriage is not real. Because at the end of the day, if your last name ain't signed as Mr. and Mrs. Smith and your name is Miss Doe and he's Mr. Smith, you don't have no right to say.
That was a good movie, by the way.
So again, to know that you're ready for marriage, if you love that person and you can see yourself long term, that's when you know that you're ready.
I can tell you how you know when you're ready for marriage, fellas. You know you ready for marriage when you with that one girl that you don't do the same thing anymore when you with her. Like, you don't do your same stuff. Like, you don't have that intentions or that,
or can't see yourself without that person.
Or, like that fortitude to go off and go mess with these girls and stuff like that. Like, when you get that different, when everybody around you start saying something about that girl, or she changed you, or, man, you changed him when you come, that's the one.
Yep.
That's the one right there. When everybody, like, man, why is you? Now, I was with her and her, you'll just say something, you know what I'm saying, periodically, sporadically, you know what I'm saying. But this girl, you bugging me about it, like, all the time. That's how when you know you're ready to get married, when everybody's still, you know what I'm saying, like a thorn in your side. Like, okay, I've been rocking with her for about 2-3 years. You know, hey, they talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's all like they don't want me to be with her. That's the one. You know what I'm saying? Sort of like you always want something that you can't have, but that's the one. That's how I can tell you when you know, man. Because I didn't find myself wanting to do the same thing. It's like, nah.
He just couldn't see himself without me for the rest of his life, and he just couldn't see me with anyone else.
No, it was just like
just
a certain
connection.
aura, like, you
have
know what I'm
that
saying?
Aura, that connection when you start changing mentally and physically, and she starts changing mentally and physically. It's like your souls are like intertwined and you connect. It's like you're each other's soulmate. And you finish each other's words, you know, all the little gooby stuff that you read in little Hallmark cards, etc. But again, it's, you know, when you're ready for marriage again, when you can see yourself when you can see yourself living with that person for the rest of your life and not being with anyone else. Like, you can't be without that person. It's like you feel like you're gonna die if he's not there. And you're writing a little exos and practicing what your name will look like when I'm going to be Mrs. Doe. I'm going to be such and such. Like, you're writing that out. You know when you're ready. You have that connection. You have that feeling. And you just can't see yourself with nobody else but them.
Well said, my darling. Well said.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. With that being said, people, you know what I'm saying? We hope y'all enjoyed the show. You know what I'm saying? We hope, you know what I'm saying, those answers were helpful to you guys. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we help somebody and they help the next person. And, you know, it just continue around in the circle. But then until the next time, people, we got to get out of here. Kids got school in the morning. You know how we rocking.
Good night.
We love you. Don't forget to follow us on HizandHerz, at HizandHerz Barnett on Facebook, at HizandHerz Podcast on Instagram, at HizandHerz Podcast on YouTube, and we're also streaming on Spotify, Anchor, and Google Podcasts. So don't be strangers, you know what I'm saying? Come ring that doorbell. You need some sugar, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, don't be mi casa, su casa. You know, and with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We out of here. We love you. Have a good night. Have a good week. You know what I'm saying? And don't feel, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to inbox us, send us stories that you want to hear about and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we'll review them and things like that. But until the next time, we love you. Peace.